Good morning, everyone. You guys know that feeling right before a school trip, one where you lie in bed, wide-eyed, your heart racing, thinking about how you get to go skip school tomorrow or skip work, and you get to go somewhere new with your friends or whoever. It's the best, right? Well, imagine that same excitement, but instead of a day trip to the local museum, you're living the entire continent for 2 weeks. That's right, Spain, England, and France, all on a school trip. Sounds amazing, doesn't it? Well, the fun started the night before my flight. That usual pre trip thrill hit me like a truck. I couldn't sleep, and my mind was scrambling with last minute packing lists. I had to be at the airport before the sun even thought about rising. Naturally, I stayed up way too late, guaranteeing that my first international experience would start with pure exhaustion. Morning came, and my mom, in her motherly way, yelled, "It's almost time to leave. Are you ready?" Was I ready? Absolutely not. But I did yell back, "Yeah, 1 sec," and I put on whatever I laid my eyes on. Now, here's where things went south. We got to the airport bright and early, 6 a.m. Our flight was supposed to leave at 7. Everything was going smoothly until our history teacher, Mr. Vera, broke the news. Our flight was overbooked. Now, I don't know much about airline logistics, but how does a flight get overbooked? Is there an easy way to track the tickets? And yet, there we were, 12 students stuck in the Orlando airport, each of us slowly accepting that we may never leave. And let me tell you, we waited and waited for 8 hours. 8 full hours. I think we reached a point where the employees of the airport started recognizing us. Finally, Mr. Vera gathered us around. "Good news," she said, and we all perked up. "We have a flight." Cue the celebration. But wait, there's more. Bad news. We have 2 separate flights. Okay, fine. You know what? We could deal with that. 9 of us were sent to Germany, while 3 of us, me included, were sent to Dublin. Because when you think London, obviously, the best way to get there is through Ireland. Makes sense. So, off to Dublin we went, accompanied by our Spanish teacher, Miss Hubbard. The plane smelled like butter and beef, and the seats were so close I could hear my neighbor's stomach growling. And to top it off, I was sitting next to another guy who communicated exclusively in grunts. 7 hours later, we landed in Ireland, groggy and feeling like survivors. We were so close to London, just one more flight. But then, some guy that looked like Irish Jonathan Banks happened. Who's that? Picture just a really grumpy, bald security officer who had just lost any means of dealing with any person ever. He looked at Miss Hubbard and asked, "Where's the form proving you could travel with these children?" Not a good sign. Miss Hubbard did what any responsible adult would do in this situation. She panicked. The 2 students with me laughed nervously while I contemplated whether we were about to be detained in Ireland. You see, the rest of the group had the paperwork with Mr. Vera on a completely different flight in a completely different country. "You know, child trafficking is taken very seriously," said the bald guy, staring directly at Miss Hubbard. "Well, sir, I can assure you, no one is trafficking me. In fact, I'd very much like to leave." Eventually, after what felt like the world's longest interrogation, he sighed and let us through, mumbling something about how we better have those forms next time, which is fair. Finally, we made it to London, reuniting with our group like long-lost war heroes. The rest of the trip went perfectly, minus losing a day due to the flight delays. Would have been a cool day in London, but we made it. The trip taught me many things: the importance of patience, the value of preparation, and that airports are just really annoying. So, to anyone planning their own school trip, or any trip, just remember, flights get overbooked, airport security does not joke around, and always bring your paperwork. Thank you.